Me, buddy! I'm so hungry! What do you think about making a big farm so we can have lots of food? Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Alright, so welcome back, my fellow duplicants to Oxygen Not Included. Today we're going to do space farming, or at least what I'm going to call space farming, because it's just farming over space tiles. But it's going to be interesting in that we're going to do a full temperature-controlled system, very fancy. We're also going to be dealing with some new plants here that we've never dealt with before, such as like the Palmera tree down here. And we'll also be able to grow some other plants that would otherwise be kind of annoying or almost too difficult to grow. You know, like water weeds. We can actually grow this stuff now because we do have different pieces of equipment that allow us to actually produce things like bleach stone relatively easily, rather than having to run through a puft or something like that. This will also give us a good place to put a lot of these other resources that we would otherwise maybe not really have a good use for, like salt water. So, I'm going to put my farm smack dab in the middle of my base, or at least what I think is the middle of my base, right here. Okay, so the first thing I need to do here is develop a blueprint that's really gonna work for me. So, a couple of things that I want to make sure that I have: automatic shipping, that's going to be included from the beginning. Lights, definitely going to be included. We also need a farm station, that has to be included. And because I recently fixed my refrigerator, I want to make a system that's similar to kind of how that system would work. So there's definitely going to be tons and tons of radiative pipes that are going to do some heat exchanging in the background to maintain the perfect temperature for all of the plants as needed, which is another advantage of doing this in space because I don't have to worry about leaking too much energy out of the tiles. All right, let's start with a farm tile that's really quite easy to make. We're going to put about 5 pieces of food down right there. And then we want to make sure that we include a farm station. Really important. We're gonna have a couple of those. We're going to give this some fancy tiles. How about some mosaic tiles? Ooh, real nice. Plant growth will be right here. So I want to make sure I include some shipping. So there we have that. We also have the conveyor loader. Oh, and we have to have the shipping receiving thingamabob as well. Okay, so there's going to be a chance that we have to deliver something to this that is going to off-gas. So I want to deliver it to a storage bin. However, I want this storage bin to be underwater. All right, or just a little bit of water. Now, if we consider that this is going to be about 3 tall with food, I am then going to put the auto shipper thing. Ooh, that has to be right there. I can't make it that wide. All right. There we go. Now I can reach all of that. However, I want to make sure that I can supply the fertilizer to my farm station, so I'm going to have that there as well. This is pretty high tech, let me tell you what. All right, so there's several things that we can ship into this area. Fertilizer, maybe some oxalite, maybe some dirt. Then we need to have an airlock on this so that we can go through this. It also needs to be airtight. All right, I think I can shrink this down just a little bit. If I do a receptacle there and a receptacle there, and then I do this receptacle right there, I should be able to still reach everything inside of here. Maybe find a spot for the loader. There we go. We'll have 2 deliverables and 1 output. So that'll be the food out. I'm not trying to make big farms here. I'm just trying to make small farms that produce food quickly. Now, as far as the lights, ooh, we have more efficient lights that we can use now. So we could do a ceiling lamp. That would be a good way to go. In all, except for one situation, when we start to deal with the dust caps, we don't want any light in there. We're also going to need drywall inside of here, something that looks good. We're going to use Mafic inside of there. All right, if we have liquid in, we can apply it to any of those. And then we need to worry about the heating and cooling of this unit right here. Okay, so here's my method for potentially automatically controlling the temperature of all these farms here in about the most complicated way possible. But I think it's kind of cool because there's some unique bits about it. So what I'm going to use here is a radiant gas pipe, right? So one of these will be set up as heating, and I'm also going to use a radiant liquid pipe, just like this. And you can place these right on top of each other, just like so. We can also have a hot line and a cold line running in the exact same tile. Now, because they're in space and there's no atmosphere between them, they actually will not thermally transfer to each other. So therefore, you can go ahead and set up your sensors to add or remove liquid to the loop and let it run around. How fancy is that? All right, so now we got to figure out where does the gas go in and not go. Okay, so if I want, let's say, hot hydrogen to come in here and actually heat this stuff up, I can put that right there. If that hydrogen goes below a certain temperature and I want to get rid of it because it can no longer heat up the environment effectively, then I can let it out right there. Now, let's say I want to cool this down with some really cold water. Maybe I bring that water in right here. And then if that water is too cold, I can get rid of it right here. Or do I not have enough space? I don't. I need to move this down. Whoa, no. Oh, no. I need to move this down one tile right down here. There we go. Now I have enough. So then I can use the gas pipe thermal sensor right here. I can also use a gas pipe thermal sensor right here, which means I can use the gas liquid gas, whatever, shut off thingamabob right here. Oh, you know what? I actually don't need the sensor right. Ha-ha! I had enough space. See, I knew it. That can exit. Hello, liquid. Liquid pipe thermal sensor. You can go right here. Boom, and then the liquid shut off. Does mean we need a bridge between this, but it's not a big deal. Oh, unless we swap the gas shut off and the liquid shut off. Still not enough room. We set the bridge. And just for the sake of being consistent, let's go ahead and just make that the same. Ooh, look at that. All right. Heat comes in. We'll cycle around until it's cold and then it exits. Liquid comes in, it'll cool around and round until it exits. Okay, there's the issue. Right here, the input. Because in order to turn this thing on over here, we need an and condition. Because you don't want to bring in the used up gas from another farm, because that wouldn't be good. You might end up bringing something in that's lukewarm and not ever heating up the environment, which means we need one more tile right there. We need to space that out. All right, so what this means is in order to bring the gas, or whatever sensor I have here, I think this is gas, we need to make this sensor there, and we need to make that sensor there, and then we can bring it in. In order to bring the liquid in, same sort of deal. This sensor and that sensor will enable that guy right. To get rid of this, fairly simple. We just connect that, or we go over here to the liquid thermal sensor, and that will be right there. This is awfully fancy. All right, is there anything I have yet to account for besides not actually having a way to deliver any water rate? Which is not really a big deal. That's pretty easy. You know what we don't have over here is we don't have our choice gas input. There's a chance that we might need to be able to bring in chlorine or something into this area and it will be consumed. I need to make sure that we have an option. So I'm going to use a gas wall vent right here. Otherwise, I just put a vent in right up there. Okay, let's copy all of this. It's kind of my master template right now. I'm just going to put that off to the side. Hopefully where nobody will build it. Don't build this, Dupes. Boom. Thank you. Let's just get rid of this. I don't need all of that. Actually, I don't need any of it. Oh, that doesn't make me feel good. All right, so now to copy this blueprint right here, start to plan out all the different foods I want to grow. Now, how many different foods do I want to grow in a farm? Ooh, Binomous blossom right there. Interesting. They grow in a CO2-rich atmosphere. Temperature 60 to 125 degrees Celsius. Hot. And you get coal out of them. Okay, so that's one. Balm lilies, good for some chlorine. Don't really need to grow those, but that might be two. Definitely the bristle blossoms, takes a bunch of water. Dash of salt vines, that's going to actually just flip the internals of this whole structure so that we actually have to grow things upside down. So we'll probably do those in a different design. So we'll kind of skip that one for now. So nosh sprout, definitely going to grow one of those. That brings us up to 5 thus far. Ooh, and it takes ethanol. 8, potentially 10 or 11. Whoa, whoa, that's a lot of farms. 6, that's, where am I going to do all of this? How can I, Okay, I don't even know what's over here, but this is kind of the arrangement I'm looking at. It's a total of 12. So I don't know what else I'm going to grow unless I grow multiple things in one. Maybe I dedicate 2 of them to dust caps or something. But yeah, all right. All right, let's see if we can build this thing. Oh man, I don't even have enough igneous rock. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. Sedimentary it is. Have fun. I guess I need to go start digging some stuff up. What do we have down here? Some granite. That would be good. Some other stuff down there. A bunch of obsidian, some iron, some salt. Is there a biome we could just walk into and obliterate the whole thing for profit? Yeah, we could do that right over here. Perfect. All right, so just so we can kind of prove this out before I go and build 12 of them, let's just go ahead and set this stuff at a little bit lower priority now. Okay, Dupes, we don't need a bunch of them just yet. Okay, never mind. We're gonna make these over here on the left. That's going to be the first row we make. This is all secondary. Priority level 1. My hope is that we can actually, like, I don't know, stand here or something and run through this area. We should be able to run through. That way we can get from one farm to the other a little bit faster. We really need some more Atmosu ducks. Dupes, help me out here. We got stuff to build. We can't just build it with numbers over here. Besides, we got more dupes coming in. Okay, who's it going to be? Strength, science, agriculture. But you can't do digging errands. Ooh, early birds with athletics, but you can't build anything. That's okay, that's okay. Mahong, welcome to the base. I needed a dupe that was going to be really good at running around and just delivering things. And that's gonna be your job, Mahong. And by the way, thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. So your skills, even if you don't choose to accept them. Oh, maybe you'll end up a rocket pilot one day. You can always dream, right? But for right now, you're just gonna you got it. Hey, that's a lot of tropical paku in there. You guys might need to chill out. Today we're doing space food, but tomorrow we might be doing space fish. I have so many wood hatch now. Even the nom-noms have said, we need more of our own kind. We're starting to be taken over here. There you go. Wrangle that thing up. Can we not eat these things? I thought I said we could. See? Wood hatch. It's an option. You should be able to eat it. Okay, we need to start storing our food out here in space. You can see that we've built up so much food right there that we just don't have anywhere to store it. All right, so I'm going to store all of my food over here. I think that seems as good a spot as any. And we'll just put in a mechanized airlock so that it operates nice and fast. We might lose a little bit of oxygen as that door opens and closes, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Not only that, I can possibly just add a little bit of water right there if I wanted to. At least with storing the food right here, we end up going past the sink every single time. So that's pretty handy. So what do my dupes do? They just stand in the doorway and let it flow, don't they? How's that tofu? Oh, it has a quality of +2. Not bad. Not quite the berry sludge though. 'Tis the season. You know what, I changed my mind. We're just losing too much oxygen that way. Nope, not gonna do it. Rather, deconstruct that and all of the stuff right up here. And then we're going to put a blow dryer right here. Boom, just like that. Not enough materials, that's not good. What do we need? We don't have enough aluminum. Uh-oh. Bottle emptier right up here for just a moment. Actually, we'll put it right up there. And we're going to use these fancy marble tiles. Look at those. Look at those fancy tiles. Careful, dupes. Okay, we'll put a little bit of water right here. That's going to create an airlock for us. Jeez, that was fast. Sweet. We can go ahead and mop this stuff up. These dupes are awfully efficient, aren't they? And there you go. Now you can just run through here. Oh, but we're not done yet. No, not at all, my dupes. We need some fancy light bulbs. This needs to be an experience every time you go to get this delicious new food. All right, so just like that. Speaking of which, now that we've got diamond, we need to do a full renovation of the illumination in this base. I demand lux everywhere. You. Get rid of this disgusting incandescent bulb. Ugh. What are you running in here? Fluorescent? What is this, 1990? Come on now. That's right, we're going to go with the diamond light bulbs. Because that's the kind of player we are. Diamond. None of this incandescent junk. All of it gone. Dupes. All of it. Priority level, please. Much better. Thank you. I mean, we got bulbs down here we're not even plugged in because they just consume too much power. Look at that. How many cycles have you guys been in the dark because of that? It's time for some new technology. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So much better. Not only that, these are more efficient than the other light bulbs by quite a bit. You can see it's using 2 watts as compared to the ceiling light, which uses 10 watts, which is more than the lamp, which actually uses 5 watts. Actually, sorry, the lamp uses 4 watts, my bad. You know what would be better than all of this in here, actually? A salt lamp. That would be a better choice. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Furvine bulb, sweet. Oh, we definitely need more light bulbs in here. Yes. Goodbye, light bulb. Uh-oh. The game just decided to paste it everywhere my mouse went. Alright, these hatches down here, they need to get in that hatching mood. So they're going to get a lava lamp. Alright. Here, we'll put some light bulbs up here. You know, that kind of give you vertigo every time you have to change them. Ugh. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, so this is going to be perfect. Not only is our food going to be sterile, but we're going to have fabulous hair and clean hands every single time we go to eat. These dupes are going to love it. You know, this biome right down here looks like a good place to go in there and just decimate everything. Dig it all up. So that's what we're gonna do. Get ourselves those raw materials. Alright, dupes, you have a lot of stuff to do. You got all this to build. You got all this to dig. And you got all that to sweep up. Oh, you know what? I don't think we're quite done just yet. We're gonna put a gas pump over here. Sensor right next to it. And if it's the right type of gas, vent it to space. Alright, so what I'm doing over here is we're just setting up a gas vent. If it's not natural gas, then we're just going to vent it out into space. Everything else is going to, I think maybe either go into a generator right over here, or maybe I'll pipe it all the way back over here to this generator. But that's already kind of maxed out. You know what? We're gonna build another power station because we don't have enough to do already. I'm sorry, dupes. This is the way it goes. You're never done working, and you can never keep up. That's for sure. Ah, crap. So much to be built. Good luck, meep. There's a lot to do. Ooh. +2 to strength. You have a little extra morale. Let's go ahead and go for it, man. If you can carry more, I'm definitely going to give you all of this for just every single dupe that's in here. Uh-oh. Too much strength. I went too far. Alright, dupes. I'm going to do something that I shouldn't do, but I'm going to believe in you guys. I'm gonna let you guys run on your own. Okay? I need to go eat. When I come back, I expect nobody to be dead. There better be 10 dupes here. All still breathing. Don't get any ideas, Trendgar. And maybe, if you guys are real productive, you'll have all of this stuff built. Whoa, what's this? All the dupes are here? We have a decent amount of food? And people are building stuff? What? How'd we do on digging? Oh, we nearly cleared it. Yeah, good job, dupes. I didn't know you were capable of such progress. Oh, I guess we do have an issue up here. Too much of the wrong element. It's alright, we'll set up the exact same thing here that we're doing in the other spot. Oh, look at this. Look at all of this. Petroleum. And the output temperature? Nothing, because I haven't plugged in this pump. Priority level 9, let's do it. You can see I'm also replacing a lot of these tiles here with marble tiles. It's mostly because I want to get some of my igneous rock back. I wasn't really paying attention, but I ended up processing loads and loads of sand here. Actually, I think I processed just about all of the igneous rock I had dug up into sand. So we have lots of sand. Oh no, what happened with the water up here? Oh no. Oh, looks like that little bit of water went away over there. Oh, this process seems to have worked itself out. can see that we're able to turn that into barbecue. Sorry, Nom Nom Woody Jr. Probably automate this thing now. I know, right? Like, how many things am I going to automate? How do I have 25,000 iron? Dupes! Anyhow, we're gonna take the eggs out of here. We're gonna put it down there. Boom, automatically. Okay, petroleum above 10. What do we got? 150 kilograms down there just waiting to turn into petroleum? Constantly running out of power. Wow, okay. Apparently don't do that. Hey, there we go. A little bit of petroleum. Look at that inlet temperature. Look at that. It's not what I thought it'd be. There it is. 300 and some. Hey, not bad. Wow, is that actually cooling? Wow, all right. 7. This might be the first time this thing runs. And there we are, 10 kilograms. Boom, just like that. A little bit of petroleum. That's going to run on over to this guy. Once the liquid gets there, and it runs. And then, where did I go with that polluted water? Nowhere, it's right here. Well, I wasn't planning to use this for polluted water, but I'm going to use it now. Oh. And here's how we can connect it to this thing. Check this out. So we have a wireless automation signal that we can use now. Automation signal emitter. So we're going to put that anywhere on this power grid line, right? So you can see this automation wire. It's running to all of my generators over here. I'm going to tap into that. And then I'm going to put a receiver right down over here, or somewhere in this area. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do it right here because it requires a little bit of power. So I already have power there. And then I'm going to run that automation signal into here, just like that. I didn't check to see just how hot that petroleum was. It's probably not balanced out just yet. I can actually see that the inlet temperature for the crude oil is right around 90 degrees, and this is like 60. So it makes me think that this thing is still a little bit cold and still trying to heat up because these tiles back here were initially quite cold. But there we go, right into more petroleum, which means we're going to add more crude oil. It's running. And there goes more and more petroleum. Haha! And then I can use this inlet right here just to bring this line in and then string it up like that. And that will automatically combine these two streams together into one singular output. Nice. This is cool stuff. I like this equipment. This is fun. Speaking of fun things to play with, this gas reservoir, get out of here. We don't need that. I want a real gas reservoir. At this point, anything but a high flow vertical gas reservoir is pathetic. Doesn't need to be made out of steel though. I'll give you a break on that. So what this means is that my natural gas can now flow over here like this. This natural gas will flow through there like that. And then, as the name would have you believe, we can just supply all of the different generators from their own output. You know, so that one goes to there, this one can just go down here and tee off to these two. Ha! Okay, so now this runs on a certain channel. So you can pick whatever channel you want this to run on. I'm going to start with channel 100, and that's going to then receive channel 100. So you can see that is green right now because that is green. Haha! And then if I were to set it to a different channel, it's false. Cool, cool. Hey, this isn't cool. Where'd my water go? Oh, when I reconstructed the tile. What is in the printing pod? Oh no, slicksters. I haven't even built up the farms yet. I have to farm every plant. Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna try. And I have to ranch every critter. Again, I'm gonna try. Settings, there we go. The water's back. In goes the fancy tile. Okay, then we rebuild all of this. Oh, you know what? We are missing a light bulb, aren't we? I was wondering why it looked a little weird in there. How luminous. All right, let's try to build out over here. I want to see how far we have to go to get to the side of the map. When it comes to building the rocket, rather than building it at the top of the world, what I'm going to try to do is build it at the bottom of the world. Because there's something really, really fancy we can do with it. So I want to find out what side of the world I want to build my rockets on. This side over here, well, it looks a little crispy right here. That might be kind of hard to build a rocket silo through. Matter of fact, that might be kind of hard to build anything through. So I'm kind of hoping this side over here is a little bit easier. How's this coming along? it's doing pretty good. Our frames are down a little bit, minus probably because we have so many tasks that I'm trying to complete right now. But the farms are coming together. We almost have one set up. There's probably a big strategy of how I want to set these up as far as hot to cold or something like that. Hey, this thing's doing pretty good. Look at this petroleum. Hey, it's starting to build up. Ooh. All right. You know what we need now? Some plastic. I'm sorry, Dupes. You will never catch up to the amount of things that I have for you to do. Like, by now you should realize this. You didn't sign up for this, but this is where you ended up. Sorry. I sure do have a lot of pipes and stuff running right through this one area. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna turn this into a power station over here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so you can see how this one's working here. The hydrogen, the natural gas is flowing in, and then the polluted oxygen gets filtered out because it's not natural gas. Anything that isn't natural gas gets filtered out this way. And then all of this polluted water just rolls up like this. Wow, okay. And everything's finding its way down here. What's all this from? Oh, okay. This wood hatch must be taking a piss down here. Woo woo! Ooh, look at these things being tuned up. Now we got power. And hey, look at this. This thing's starting to run quite a bit of petroleum. See that? Not bad. The output temperature of this petroleum is important. We're at 120 degrees. The input is at 347. Not bad, not bad. Looks like it might be able to get up as high as 390 or so, which would be really good. Let's just take a look at the overlay here real quick, just to kind of see how much power we are using. Power usage, 1,626 kilojoules right there. So the natural gas generator is producing the bulk of my power. The hydrogen generators right there. Petroleum generators actually, wow, those are all quite even. That's pretty good. What's consuming the most power? Ah, yes, definitely the thermal regulator, this thing, at 706 kilojoules. However, the advanced electrolyzers, those are actually consuming a fair amount as well. That's at 304. Remember, these ones use more power, but they also don't require a pump around them, so is what it is, I guess. As far as the rest of the stuff, doesn't really require all that much power. Blow dryer is only 16.9 kilojoules. Not bad. If we go to the colony summary, we can see that the average power produced is suddenly skyrocketing. However, the amount of power that I'm wasting, not much. Okay, maybe it is kind of high. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be that much. Yeah, okay, it's like 320 kilojoules somehow, which actually is kind of a lot. Total oxygen consumed, we're up to 566 kilograms at the most. We're sucking it down pretty good. Okay, so here's the thing. Some of these plants are going to consume a lot of these gases that I'm currently dumping out into space. Like this carbon dioxide I'm just getting rid of right here. This will actually become quite useful once I get this set up, because it'll actually turn carbon dioxide into something that's either useful in that it turns it back into coal, or turns it into food, maybe. Either of those are really cool options. Ooh, shining fakes. Alrighty. Good deal. Hey, look at this thing. It's starting to fill up. We're up to 300 kilograms of petroleum. All right, I'm gonna let this go for a cycle. We're not going to actually, we're not gonna dump any overboard. I just wanna see how much I'm producing in one cycle. That'll give us some sort of idea of just how efficient this thing is, potentially. I don't know. Let me just disconnect it real quick. There we go. So, in this cycle right here, we had 1,430. In the last cycle, we had 542. So that means we produced 888 kilograms of petroleum. So in the previous cycle, the thermoregulator reverse cycle thingamabob consumed 761 kilojoules. So if we were to turn all of this petroleum into power without tuning up the petroleum generator at all, how much power would that be? Well, it's 1 gram per joule when you're talking about the petroleum generator. So 888 kilojoules is what we actually would have produced in the previous cycle. So we used 761, we produced 888. So that was a net gain of 127. However, if we were to tune this up, turn it into a power station, right? We would have produced 1,332 for a net gain of 571, which is quite a bit of power. It's about a third of our total capacity currently. So it makes a lot of sense to try to tune this thing up so that I can get the most power out of my petroleum. The other thing is that we have found out that this is a positive system, so I am getting more power out of it than I'm putting into it. On top of that, it's a water positive system. We are actually producing quite a bit of polluted water. And that polluted water is finding its way back over here to make more and more crude oil. So whatever we don't use for power inside of our base, because we have multiple power sources, we can use for petroleum, we can use for rockets, we can use for plastic, all of those things. All right, so I think I'm going to have to call it here for today, but I think we've made a ton of progress. I've set up many more power generators over here, which is real good. Glad to see that that is working. We also got the petroleum thing up and running, so that is working, and it is actually a power positive system. I mean, it's not necessarily quite as efficient as maybe some other things, but you know what? It gives us something that we can work with and something that we can, try to build up from here. I like it. Not to mention, look at all this crude oil. And at this point, I don't even think we need to bring in more water, so we could probably just shut that off. Nice. Now, as far as the farming system, it's got a ways to go. So it's going to take a little while to build that up. So far, I think my dupes are doing pretty good. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.